Happy Saturday, money getters. What's good? Ooh, shoot. Look at me. This phone is about to go dead. I've been working all night. I've been up since like 11:30. I got up with these I got up with and hopped on Yo-Yo's panel at like 11:30. And hopped on Yo-Yo. Let me turn off my other phone real quick. Y'all, let me tell you something. Yo-Yo don't play, okay? She's gonna keep the party going. Her stamina is off the chain. If you missed her live or her panels, the live panels, then you're missing out. You guys need to, and she does them late at night too. She'll do them any type of time of day. So make sure you are subscribed to Entertainment You Love. Make sure you are subscribed to this channel. It's Vlogtober. I have lots of I have lots of things coming up this October. I'm working really hard. I'm grinding. I am on my grind. Okay, I'm gonna keep it popping over here. So come on in, come on in. Hit the like button when you come on in. I'm not gonna. This live won't be too lengthy. I'm just coming on here for a bit because I'm gonna enjoy my Saturday. I'm not gonna be on here like that. I have some content to edit or whatever, and I'll have it ready for you guys tomorrow. I may or may not go live tomorrow evening, but I will not be on here like that this weekend. I'll probably, catch up with some support for all of my fellow content creators. I will be making time to support you throughout the day. But as far as me being on here like that, going live, posting content, I posted the content that I'm going to post for today, and I'll have more new content for you tomorrow. So stay tuned for this. That today we're talking about Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. Okay, they are both two polarizing figures. Joshua, Joshua, you made it. You made it. That's what's good. Joshua, have you been checking out my other content? Yes, you are the winner. Thanks for holding me down, Joshua. First in the chat. Um, Money getters, you gotta get here early if you're going to beat Joshua because Joshua don't play about MMG. He will be here first to get his spot. Thanks for the support. I appreciate it. I appreciate you so much. Hey Layla, where you been, girl? Did you catch the live Yo-Yo's panel? The Love Connection? I know you were there the last time. How are you doing today, Layla? Let me finish welcoming everybody in and not be in such a rush. I'm on my way out to shop with the Barbs. We'll be doing some shopping today. Um, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Please double tap the screen. Who else I got in here with me? I won't know you're here unless you speak. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Yes. Um, First of all, how is everybody? Thank you, Joshua, for sharing on your wall. I appreciate that. First of all, how is everybody doing on this beautiful Saturday? I don't want to rush this moment. I want to be able to say hi to everybody as you come in. And I like when you guys say hi to me as well. It's just a mutual respect, right? So let's welcome everybody in. We're not in a rush. But like I said, I won't be on here too long. I just want to chill today. I've been running around all week, doctor's appointments, meetings, content creation, a lot of different phone calls, emails back and forth. Your girl stays busy over here always. I like my life like that, but at the same time, I got to get my rest in. So, you know, you're back in school, Layla. That's what's up. Make sure you take care of business first. YouTube will be here. I'm glad to hear that you have been taking care of business. Stay focused, mamas. You got it. You got it. That's right. You are in a medical program. I remember you telling me that. I appreciate you for that support. How are you doing? You know what? When I was in school, flashcards, I kept a pack of flashcards, and I'm glad we didn't have like social media back when I was in college because I would have been done for. I procrastinated enough being on like chat groups, like back then it was AOL, right? But I think I was a lot more diligent back then because I really wanted to finish undergrad. So I did my very best. But those papers used to kick my butt. And we couldn't do chat GPT, or we couldn't use sources from the internet. We had to use like scholastic articles and stuff like that. Nowadays, we're allowed to use, I know from grad school now, because I've been to grad school. Hopefully I'll get finished with that soon, but now we can do that. Surgical tech. Yeah, make sure you get that stuff right, because you know what? You might be in a surgery room with me or somebody on here. You never know. So pay attention and do your best, and God be with you. You're going to do excellent. I'm so proud of you, Layla. I don't even know you, and I want you to win because you come over here and support me, and I appreciate that. But let's get on to the topic at hand. Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. I hate to see it. I really do. I feel like Nicki is the queen of rap right now in this era. And I feel like she's doing way too much back and forth with Cardi, and the dissing one another. They're dissing each other's kids. And a lot of media and celebs, they're taking Cardi's side. But Cardi's getting just as grimy as Nicki. You can't tell who's worse than the other. They're both disgusting right now. To bring the kids into it, Nicki calling Cardi's kids roaches and monkeys. Cardi calling Nicki's son slow and making fun of him. It's just all too much. And at some point, it stops being about hip hop and rap beef, and it falls into the line of just being atrocious and disgusting behavior. This is not what rap beef is all about. Last year we saw Kendrick and Drake chunking them, but on wax. They didn't really come out. Kendrick, he gave the blueprint for how to beef. If you didn't know how to beef, if you didn't know how beef is supposed to go, Kendrick gave the blueprint for how you do it. No talking, just hit after hit. No talking. He didn't come on here, he didn't say a word. Drake was taunting him, drop, drop, drop. He came out with like two songs, All You Scared, You're Not Gonna Drop, Blase, Blase. Kendrick didn't say anything. And people were in the behind the scenes said, "Oh, he got something coming." And someone, and I think it was Joe Budden said, "I heard it. If he comes with what he's supposed to come with." So you heard bloggers talking about Kendrick was coming, but Kendrick didn't say a word. And then one afternoon in April, Kendrick came out with, I think it was, which one was it, y'all? Let me Google. Let me Google. Let me Google real quick, because Kendrick had 316 in LA. He had a couple of his Euphoria. How could I forget that? Euphoria was an epic diss. He didn't have to diss anybody's children. And even when he did bring up kids, because he brought up kids, Drake brought up kids, but the diss wasn't your kid is ugly, your kid is slow. It wasn't like that. The diss was toward Drake, you're a bad father. The diss was towards Kendrick, that's not really your son. That's your manager's son. And even though they shouldn't have probably brought the kids up in the beef wasn't towards the kids. They didn't say, "Oh, your kid is slow and your kid's favorite color is 5." Um, or your kid's a monkey or your kid is a roach. It was none of that. It wasn't bringing up dead fathers. It wasn't bringing up fertility issues. These two are going for the jugular, and there seems to be no end in sight, and they're threatening each other. And they're not keeping it on wax. First of all, the whole point of a rap beef is to rap. Where's the rapping at? I want to hear music. Like with Kendrick and Drake, we was like, okay, where is the music? And then we could judge the music. And it wasn't even judging really what they were saying. Because in a rap beef, it's supposed to be no holds bar, right? But that's a rap beef. We cannot judge a rap beef without any rap. Keep it in the booth. And all this, oh, but Cardi wasn't bothering anybody, like Cardi was a sweet little sheep. Cardi's been dissing Nicki the whole time. She's been throwing her shots even before her album come out. She's going back and forth with the barb. That's not Nicki. Nicki has her fans, Cardi has her fans. Fans go back and forth. It's fan wars, and then of course it's the rap beef. You don't see Nicki arguing back and forth with Cardi B's followers. That's what you don't see. I have yet to see Nicki Minaj going back and forth with one of Cardi's stands. It has never happened. You have never seen Nicki do anything on her timeline but post her stats. And if she has something to say, she's going to direct it at Nicki, Jay-Z, whomever, or you'll know who she's talking about. Even when she talks in code, you know who she's talking about. But she's never reposting one of Cardi's fans and arguing and insulting with them. That has never happened. But you see Cardi all the time, and that's her way of throwing shots at Nicki Minaj. And Cardi told Nicki Minaj's one of her fans, listen, I don't know why you want me to drop so bad because all you're going to do is cry because all I'm going to do is outsell. I'm going to outsell. So I don't know why you're over here talking about I'm not going to drop an album. Why do you care? And who was she talking about outselling? She was talking about outselling Nicki Minaj. She wasn't talking about outselling Bia. Bia hasn't had an album out since I don't know when. She wasn't talking about outselling JT. That's easy. JT she sold under 30K. Glorilla is the highest after Nicki up until Cardi's last album. Glorilla sold 69K of her album Glorious, I believe. Okay? But let's not play with it. Glorilla stayed on the charts all of 2025. She had 2 or 3 songs on the charts all of 2025. Nicki came out with her album, nothing stuck, and nothing got over number 15. Nicki didn't chart high. Her album didn't do well. It sold 228K, but it didn't do well. And truth be told, I wasn't a fan of Nicki's album. I liked some of the songs and I played it for a little bit and I tried to play it like 5 or 6 times. My kiddos was like, this ain't it. This ain't it. There's not a hit on this album. I don't like it. All the kids were in agreement. My kids are super rap fans. They're super music fans. They know a hit. When they hear it, they were like, no, this is not it. This ain't it. I'm going to be honest. I like Cardi's album a lot more than I like Nicki's, but I don't really like Cardi as a person. I just don't. I feel like she's just not an industry plant. I don't even know what that is. That's like that's some of that conspiracy theory type stuff. And I don't think in those type of aptitudes. I think way higher than that. I just feel like her label was looking for someone who could compete against Nicki. Not so much so to take Nicki down, but they wanted a female rapper who could get in that pocket and who they could make money from because it's all about making money. It's not about taking anybody down. Cardi had the following behind her. She had the charisma. And what did they do? They put the money behind her. They helped her get the teeth. Cardi took her money and invested in herself, got the nose job, got the fillers, and Cardi, her first, actually, while she was out for 7 years, Cardi was perfecting her body. I mean, I'm not going to talk about how it looks, but she's been doing different things to her body. She stays getting surgery, and she has never been shy to talk about the surgery that she gets. So yeah. Let me check the traps. What's going on in the live? Layla Rara. Yes, the whole beef really shows their true colors. Absolutely. There's no denying that. You cannot say, well, Nicki, and I've heard Charlemagne on the Breakfast Club saying, oh, Nicki is so dark. Nicki is so miserable and jealous. But did you say that about Cardi B when Cardi B called Ice Spice's manager and threatened her? Spent 12 minutes on the phone screaming and hollering like a lunatic and saying she was going to beat up not only Ice Spice, but that she was going to have her niggas. That's what she says. Her words, not mine. And I did a video on that. I did a video about how the Breakfast Club is taking Cardi's side in this beat, but how can you take her side as if she's innocent? It's like they're trying to act like she's being attacked and Nicki is doing it for no reason. No, Nicki's attacking her because, first of all, Cardi threw a shoe at her. Just this summer, Cardi admitted that when she saw one of Nicki Minaj's colleagues, she attacked them in an airport. She attacked them unprovoked, and she admitted this. She admitted it on live. This is not speculation. This is not allegedly. Cardi admitted that 8 years after the shoe throwing incident, because remember, Cardi said that Nicki said something about her child or that she liked a tweet about her child. And it's being said that that never happened. It said that it never happened. I don't know if it did or it didn't, but they were in a public space at an event. Cardi took off her shoe and threw it. During that incident, Nicki Minaj's friend, Ra Ali, says that she hit Cardi, and that's how Cardi got the knot. Cardi swears up and down that the security did that to her, but at the same time, she contradicts herself and says that when she saw Ra Ali at the airport, she was getting her get back for that incident. What get back? If Ra Ali never, if she never got at you, why would you need to get back at her? It makes no sense. Hey, Ralph Angel, thanks for tuning in. I hope you're having a happy Saturday. Sanaya, it's all good. Don't worry about keeping up with the lives. You're always here. I appreciate you for stopping by. Absolutely, Layla. So Nicki still has every reason to have an issue with her. Uh, she's attacked her son last year unprovoked. She said she brought her son into it. Um, when Nicki's last album came out, Pink Friday 2, or the Pink Print 2, oh, it's Pink Friday 2. When Pink Friday 2 came out in December of 2023, Cardi goes on a rant against Offset right in the middle of her rollout. Cardi did a few things in the middle of her rollout trying to take attention away from Nicki, in my opinion. And Nicki puts a laughing, like a Michael Jackson meme up. And Cardi says, if I was you, I wouldn't be laughing. Your husband can't even go to the park with your son, or your husband can't even go to the school to pick up with your son. Nicki Minaj didn't say anything back. She didn't say anything back. Okay, so that's happened a couple of times. Every time a Barb would say something to Cardi B, she would find a reason to lash out. She didn't have to do that. She didn't have to say any of that. Release your music. But now that your music has been released and you did outsell Nicki Minaj puts her stats up. She puts her stats up, and then you automatically feel attacked. And what did you do? You you come out swinging, and you come out attacking her family, come out attacking her son, and then when she attacks you back and attacks your children back, then it's, oh, you're dark, you're on coke, you're on meth, you're schizophrenic, you're bipolar, blah blah blah. But Cardi wasn't bipolar or schizophrenic when she threatened to attack Bia wherever she saw her. Excuse me, Ice Spice wherever she saw her. Also, let's not forget, Cardi B just came out with a song with Young Thug, and in that song, she says, "You laughing at me," and She already thought Nicki Minaj was laughing at her when she was ranting about Offset. But I heard your husband beats you. Every trip you go on, you foot the bill. That's what she said. So who was she talking about if not Nicki Minaj? She already thought she was laughing at her in 2023. It was directed at Nicki. And even if it wasn't, everybody's going to think that it's directed at Nicki. Everyone. Everyone watching is going to automatically assume Cardi is coming for Nicki with those lyrics. Because who else would you be coming for? Right? So Cardi says, "Oh, you're just mad because I didn't address you. I didn't say anything to you, but you did. You did." And when Nicki came back, she didn't address you. She just posted her stats, and then you went for her jugular. And that's where it all began. So we're not going to act like Nicki's hands are clean or as if Cardi's hands are clean. They are both throwing mud at each other. They are both attacking the other's children. They are both acting a donkey when they are millionaires, when they are blessed beyond measure, when they shouldn't be worried about what the other one is doing because they're both at the top of their game. Nicki is number one, Cardi is number two. I don't care who you're a fan of. Cardi has a lot of support. She is right now, she has a lot of money behind her. She has a lot of brand deals with Walmart, with DoorDash. She's Warner Brothers, or excuse me, Atlantic. That's who Cardi is with, Atlantic. They want their investment back. And that's all they care about right now. They're pushing her to the teeth. They want that number one record. They want those platinum albums. They want the look. Because believe you me, Cardi is not selling enough music for them to get their money back. So they need the brand deals. They need the brand deals and they need her to look like she is a competitor in the music biz, that she's at the top. They need her to look like the brand deals are going to do well. They should be worried about losing deals due to the behavior they are displaying right now. Layla, Cardi actually said that. She said, "Well, I'm going to bow out now because I'm not about to lose my endorsements or my career behind you." You know what? I don't think these brands really care. I think in today's landscape, unless you offend someone who is really important with a lot of money from one of those groups of people who are not going to tolerate such disrespect, you can't say anything about Jewish people without there being an issue. You can't say anything about the LGBTQ community without there being an issue. If they were to do that, they would have a problem. But in their communities, as long as they keep it in their communities, they're not going to have an issue. What these brands want is eyeballs. They want to know that Cardi can get people to show up for her. And Cardi's been able to do that at Walmart. She's out there twerking, basically nude in a new dress, everything's showing. Walmart was supposed to be a family company. This is what it is nowadays. These companies don't care. Was staying on hip hop back in the day, the beats were worse. What was worse? Like, well, yeah. Um, Tupac said, first of all, I effed your B. First line, but I don't remember him saying your kid's a monkey or your kid is a roach. I don't believe Tupac said that. I know that Biggie did have some some very sketchy lyrics about kidnap and blah blah blah. I'm not gonna get on into that. This is a family channel, guys. Okay, this is a family channel. Yes, they were popping each other. Absolutely, Magic. And that's what I'm saying. That is, listen, I know Little Kim and Foxy, we didn't even know that the beef was as bad as it was until they had some action, some popping off action. And Little Kim actually went to jail behind it. That's why she went to jail for that year for committing perjury. Little Kim was holding it down for the homies, and the homies ended up snitching. But Little Kim didn't. So that's how she went to jail for perjury. If I'm incorrect on the details, charge it to my memory and correct me in the chat. But that's the way I believe it happened. But I guess here's the thing, Magic Wings. If we had Twitter back then, it may have gotten this grimy. It may have been this grimy because the East Coast, West Coast beef I was here for. And I don't remember it getting this bad. It was not this bad. You know, yes, that happened. I don't think, but you got to realize Biggie and Tupac, they didn't do that to each other. They didn't do that to each other. Other people did that to them. They had the rap beef, but Tupac didn't actually assault or do anything to Biggie, and Biggie didn't do anything to him. That was the people around them. So that's what could happen too, because look at Nicki Minaj's husband. I think he already had to be on house arrest for some time because he got on Instagram popping off. And that was the first time we ever saw him on Instagram popping off. But there's a lot going on behind the scenes, even before the rap beef, because Santana, he's Carisha's bestie. He came out last week and tweeted that Nicki Minaj hit him and Carisha up like, y'all don't have nothing to say in defense of JT when Cardi was on Twitter dissing JT. And they was like, nah, that ain't our beef. We don't have nothing to do with that. They said they weren't getting in that because JT didn't tell Carisha that she had a song coming out with Nicki Minaj. So JT felt some type of way about that. So when Cardi called JT a lapdog, Carisha was like, oh, I'm not saying nothing. She didn't say anything. And plus, Carisha thought, shoot, I got my spot with Diddy. I got my show. I'm not getting into it with Cardi. I guess JT felt like, Carisha probably felt like I might be able to get Cardi on my show. JT's not doing nothing but laying up with Uzi and sitting in the house waiting around for Uzi. I got to make it happen. But with the East and West, they legit had shooters in the street. I was a kid then, but I remember my older siblings watching that stuff. And Magic Wing says, Santana lies a lot. I don't find him credible. Um, he did he show? I don't believe he lied on Nicki Minaj about that. I believe she did hit them up because Nicki Minaj would have said something if she didn't. She did she did insult him in a few tweets, I believe, but she didn't deny that or dispute it. Nicki didn't deny or dispute a lot that was said. She just was saying what she was saying. And I feel like as the queen of rap, Nicki is just tarnishing her image. She really is because she has one of the biggest, best fan bases that there is. If Nicki were to drop right now, her fan base is going to make it go to number one. They're going to go so hard for her, especially since she's in the rap beat. Cardi's fans aren't doing that for her. Cardi had a lot of streams because her album was highly anticipated by haters, by fans, by just people who wanted to see what she had to bring to the table 7 years later. People just wanted to hear her body of work. I did a live stream critiquing the whole album. I wanted to hear, what do you have? You've been gone for 7 years. What are you coming with? Right. Cardi walked in the trap. How did Cardi walk in the trap? Cardi set the trap. Nicki actually walked right in the trap because here's the thing. Let me taunt you a little bit. Have you ever seen kids do that? Like, okay, I'm going to tap you. They're not hitting you. They're just going to tap you. And then they'll run. And then when you chase them and hit them, then they start screaming and get you in trouble. Have you ever seen that happen? Like a kid is doing something behind the mom's back and they keep like, maybe they have a straw with a piece of paper in it and they're blowing it at their older brother or older sister. And then when the older brother or sister snaps and does something to them, they start screaming and yelling, look, look, mom, they're beating me, they're bullying me. And the whole time the mom didn't see what the younger brother or sister was doing. Cardi said things that were not true. Nicki did not say. Absolutely, that too. That too. I don't know if Nicki is bipolar or none of those things. Nicki was able to carry a whole tour from March all the way to October. I thought Nicki was going to. I just knew Nicki wasn't going to make it to every day. I just knew she wasn't. I just knew Nicki was going to go out there and be out of breath. Nicki showed up every day. Nicki showed up in tip top shape. Nicki is 43 years old. I don't think people understand. These youngins can't even perform at the level of a Beyonce or a Nicki Minaj. They can't even get out there and rap an entire song with breath control without a backing track. Nicki did that at 40, what? I think Nicki is going to be 44 this year. So I would say she was 42 and she was able to carry that tour for 8 months. And she sold out the first leg of the tour. Every show sold out. So she did her thing. And this wasn't just a North American tour, this was an international tour. Cardi's tour is going to be local. It's going to be in the States. Now, we'll see what she has coming. She hasn't said anything about a show being sold out, but she has until February, so we'll see then. Well, we're not going to insult people here. We can debate and without insulting each other and without insulting these artists. I'm not going to tolerate that. So I'm going to go ahead and block you off my channel because that's not what we're doing here. We're debating this rap beef. We're not here to. How can I come on here and say what they're doing is disgusting and then I tolerate the same thing? I'm not doing that. Don't come on my channel disrespecting Nicki or Cardi. Don't come on this channel disrespecting children, and certainly you better not disrespect me. That's not what we're here for. That's not what I'm talking about. So if you can't do that, then I don't want you over here. That's low vibrational. It lacks emotional intellect. It lacks the propensity to be able to carry yourself as an adult. Even if you're a child, I'm not doing that over here. Actually, I mean, exactly, Magic Winks. I don't want that over here. That's not who I am. I know how to speak my mind. Sometimes I get a little tongue tied. Excuse me. I need to get some sleep though. But I can't stand when people have to uh start insulting someone to prove a point. That's like the hallmark of ignorance. You should be able to speak your mind and say what you got to say and debate the facts. These women have given us enough that we can just debate their character with. We don't have to insult them as people. We can talk about their behavior and leave it at that. And not only that, we can talk about the music. If you want to if you want to insult them on something, let's talk about the music. That's what it's all about. But see, that's why I'm saying in Magic Wings, this is why I said they're staining hip hop. This is why I'm saying that, because they're taking it from the music and putting it to the person instead of, okay, how did this person say this? How did the person sound on this? I said I said I liked Cardi's album better than I like Nicki's because I hear music that I would probably actually play again. With Nicki's, I heard it once and I was like, but if I have to go based off who's the technical lyricist, who's the better writer, whose album has more lyricism, I'm going to go with Nicki. If I have to go with whose song I'm more likely to play again because I like the sound sonically, is going to be Cardi B. I liked Pick It Up, and I liked Put Me On My Back. But if I don't like the artist, I'm not listening. Remember when Music Soul Child came out with his first album? I didn't like his look. For months and months, I would not listen to his album. Music's first album is a classic album. I'm talking about Music Soul Child. Remember when he came out with that song? Uh, Love. Remember that album when he came out with that? Um, so I loved his album. I can't remember the first song. I meant to say another song, but what was Music's first single? Let me look it up while I'm talking. But I didn't like his look, so that made me in turn not listen to his album. It took me a while to listen to Music Soul Child's first album. That's just what it was. And so when somebody turns you off, right? Um, who else was it? Seal. Seal, he had the scars on his face, but that's why when they look for artists, they look for someone who is aesthetically pleasing, because this is not the times of when music was just on the radio. We are very visual these days, and not only do we see artists on videos, we're getting to see them on the internet every day. We can reach out and touch them. So before we even like what someone sounds like, we have to like what they look like, right? That's why Cardi has spent thousands, if not millions, to look the way she does. Look at Mariah the Scientist, pretty girl, and I like her a little bit, but horrible singer, horrible singer. So you have artists like that who get an opportunity based on their looks or based on their likability. People like Mariah the Scientist. They like her. So they listen to her music. People don't like Nicki Minaj right now. Nobody likes her. Nobody in the industry likes her. And I have to say, it's not without good reason. She attacked SZA really unprovoked. Like SZA didn't do nothing to you. She really didn't. Why would you attack her? Like you're attacking people and you're looking very jealous, Nicki Minaj, and you're looking quite foolish. Music is still out there. Music is still out there. He probably has another album. He has this song with Marsha Ambrosius that I love. It's called Feel the Real. Let me see what his last album is. Yeah, the last album that he had out looks like Feel the Real in 2017. Listen, or is it Victims and Villains? I think that's his last album. Wow, I didn't. It came out in 2023. I haven't listened to that, but Feel the Real, I was playing all the time, like every day for like 2 months straight. That's a good album to me. If I'm listening to only that album, like I did that with her, I did that with um, I did that with her for a while. It's not too many albums or too many artists these days that I get stuck on. In the 90s, everybody had banging albums. I feel for kids today. And what I've been listening to right now, like Nicki and Cardi, they can both hang it up. You got Big Pluto out here doing her thing. You got YK Niece out here doing their thing. And meanwhile, Cardi and Nicki are sitting up here on Twitter acting a fool. They need to be worried about these youngins, these 20-year-olds that are coming up. Because Take Me Through There, that's been the hit of the summer. And Win Whammy, that was the hit of the year. Like if Pluto or YK Niece come out and play that, if you got Nicki and you got Cardi coming on stage, and then you got YK Niece and you got Pluto, these right now they're going up for them. So I don't know why they're even going up like that. Like you guys better try to hold your spot before these little kids take it, because they're coming. Real talk. Music's first album was I Just Want to Sing and Just Friends. Yeah, I thought that was the name of the song. I don't know why. I doubted myself. Let me see. That's a problem. It might look like an attack to us, but we do not know what is going on behind the scenes. Absolutely. Um, and things are going on behind the scenes. Like, we didn't know that Cardi had even attacked Ra Ali until Ra Ali said it months after it happened. And Cardi was like, I wasn't even going to say anything about it. She's the one that's coming on the internet. She wants to be so internet. First of all, Raw Ali is a blogger. Of course, she's going to use that and talk about it and make money off of it. You're Cardi B. Why? She should have said, she could have said it that day, or she could have waited until she felt like she wanted to make, like she wanted the opportunity for herself. She didn't have to do it at your time. I'm not trying to pressure you, just can't stop thinking about you. You ain't even really gotta be my girlfriend. See, I had to look that up. I'm gonna listen to music. I think this is gonna be a music soul child weekend. But back to Cardi and Nicki. The 90s and early 2000s, baby, the vibes were, yes, yes, were so immaculate. Magic Winks. I got to get my other channel started, my R&B channel started. I have to really sit down and get focused because I have so many ideals um, that I want to put into play. But R&B is the heart of all of this stuff. It's the heart of rap. It's the heart of rock and roll, of jazz. R&B music is what it is. Like right now, Mutt by Leon. That's number, I think it's going to be number 10. It's been on the charts. One thing about me, I watch the Billboard charts because I'm a fan of music and I want to see if the songs I like, how they're doing on the chart. So Mud is just one of those songs that just has one of those infectious R&B beats. It has the ad libs. She said, "Take your time, what's the rush?" And then it's just like one of those melodies that you can really feel. And it's really the only R&B song that's on there. I think Mariah the Scientist is still on there on the top 100s. And Chris Brown, his song was on there for a bit. But there's not a lot of R&B on there. But right now, um, besides Shabuzi and Kendrick, Leon has been dominating the charts this year. There's not a lot of rappers on the charts, and there's not a lot of R&B on the charts. So, like, protect your genre. Yes, certainly. It has a classic feel, but it's nostalgic. Absolutely. Right. No phones, just digital cameras, real dancing, real sweaty, acting a fool in the club and don't care. It was an escape. Absolutely. Absolutely. In the 90s, I was at what was it called? I think it was Blockbuster Music, and I think um it was a couple of music stores. Remember, we actually had music stores. You would go on there on a Saturday, you would see everybody that you knew just walking down the aisles. You could buy singles, you can buy entire CDs. I think even back then they still had tapes at the beginning of the 90s, but you could go sell your CDs if you didn't like them. As long as they didn't have any scratches on them, you could trade them in. I, that's what I was doing in the 90s. Most of my money was being spent on music. I just got rid of my CD collection about, I just got rid of it. I had a huge CD collection, but I don't have anything that can play a CD, but I still should have kept my music. I should have kept my music, but I just got tired of looking at it. You know what I mean? I So what did I do with my CD collection? It's not in my garage. I think I finally just threw it all away. I know that was dumb. I should have kept all of those CDs just for nostalgia's sake. But I didn't do that. Hey, Goddess of Mine, thanks for tuning in. Which one? I liked Residuals. Oh my gosh, Residual was just one of those feel good songs. I haven't heard a song like that in a while. I think the song that I heard that was my favorite before that was SZA's Snooze. Oh my gosh. I can lose when I'm with you. How can I snooze and miss the moment? You just so important. Oh my gosh. That song was so hard. It still is. That was a song that I listened to From the time it came out in 2023, I just stopped listening to that song. It was a whole entire year and a half that Snooze was my favorite song. And I'm telling you, every time I turned it on, every time I played it, it gave me the same feeling. Same thing with Residuals. Tell me who's getting all my love. Oh my gosh, that song is fire. It's fire. It's like it just makes you really feel it. And what's Chris Brown's new song? What's the name of it? I like the Mutt remix as well. He did his thing on that. And you knew Chris Brown was going to jump on that. You know Chris Brown was going to jump on that one. um, because he does that. He's a lover of R&B. He's a lover of music. And right now, he's on his grown man stuff. He's trying to cement his legacy with good music, stellar performances, sold out shows. That's what he's into. That's what Beyonce is into right now. She's not into proving anything. She's just really wanted to make music that she enjoys making. You can tell that she's all about uh, crafting a legacy, and not only that, preparing her children to come up after her and take her spot. You can see that she's really trying to prepare Blue Ivy for what's next. And I love that for her. And that's what they should be doing. They should be focusing on their children. Cardi is actually, I think, when I think about Cardi, here she is a mother of four. This is uncharted territory. We have never seen a married woman with four children pregnant, okay, on stage. When is the last time you saw a pregnant woman on stage performing? Beyonce did it when she was pregnant with the twins. She did a performance pregnant with them at the Grammys. That was one performance. But who else has got out there pregnant, fully pregnant, twerking, dropping it like it's hot, right in the middle of their pregnancy? We can talk about a lot of things, and I'm going back and forth because I think both women are legendary women, and that's why their actions are so disappointing. Cardi is showing mothers right now, right now. Rihanna did perform at the Super Bowl. That was iconic because we don't see pregnant women at the forefront during their pregnancies. We don't see it. We didn't see women pregnant at all before. We didn't see them in public during their pregnancies, right? And to see Cardi out here doing an entire rollout, her album cover, she was pregnant with Blossom. So she has motherhood on full display right now. And for women, that is big. That should be her focus, not Nicki Minaj right now. Right now, she has an opportunity to show other women. And since Cardi B had Culture doing her first album rollout, we've seen many more women. We've seen Young Miami. We've seen Cash Doll. We've seen so many other women openly having their children, openly out in the public with their bellies out. And now it's starting to be normalized. And before it wasn't. Yes, Riri at the Super Bowl, goddess of mine. But that was after Cardi's first pregnancy and after Beyonce. And even then, that was just like one of a few. Like we can really count the times on our hand that we have seen a woman in the, full blown pregnant performing. We might see them on a video here and there, at the end of their pregnancy. We might see that, but we don't really see a lot of women performing during their pregnancy because for the same reason why we don't want to see a Chris Brown married. Could you imagine how his fans would turn on him if Chris Brown actually had the audacity to get married? When Usher got married, he almost lost his career. Now his fans are more mature, but his fans wasn't having it when he married the first time. And he didn't get married for a long time afterward. And he for sure wasn't coming out with photo shoots with him and his wife. His fans were livid when he got married. I'm looking up that Chris Brown song. What's the name of that Chris Brown song That's out right now with Bryson Tiller. It depends. You bad as hell. I treat you well. I will. That song goes too. You screaming, yeah. Come here. I freak you right, I will. And then, of course, he uses ushers, nice and slow. I freak you right, I will. I freak you right, I will. I freak you like no one has ever made you feel. But Cardi is also showing that it's okay to have broken homes and dysfunctional relationships with fathers or children. Well, that's something else to be talked about because that's another thing. If when Erica Badu, and I don't look at Erica Badu as dysfunctional, Erica is left of center. She's creative. Erica dances to the beat of her own drum. She's very spiritual. She's someone who doesn't go with the flow, right? And I don't see her as someone who is a woman that sleeps around and a woman who's a bad character. I don't see Cardi like that either. When she was married to Offset, we didn't hear about her with other men. It seemed like she was faithful to her husband and like she wanted to be married and make it work with her husband until she didn't want to do that anymore. But that's the way it looked. But yes, it does look very, very bad on her to not only still be married to Offset, but before her last child is even 1 years old. As a matter of fact, when she was pregnant with this child, Offset said she was cheating on him. Cardi denied it. But before we knew about Stefan, academics said that Cardi was sending him pictures, nude pictures of herself during her pregnancy. So we know that this relationship with Stefan did not begin after Offset. It actually began during Offset. Were they in a committed relationship? Probably not, but she was cheating on her husband. So, okay, Offset cheated on her, but again, this is the part where the waters get muddy because you say, well, my husband cheated on me, but you cheated too. It's not like you divorced your husband and went on about your life and met someone else. In the end, you were no different because not only did you cheated even while pregnant. And I want to say if a Nicki Minaj did something like that, even if a Rihanna was sending nude pictures of herself to another man while she was pregnant, Rihanna would be toast. Rihanna would be toast. I feel if an African American woman did that, she would be toast. Summer Walker got so much heat when she broke up with London on the Track and got with another man and was pregnant in the same year. She got so much heat for that. But Cardi B, she gets excuses. There's excuse, and we have to ask ourselves why. Why are black artists held to a higher standard than Cardi B? Why is Cardi B allowed to make subpar music, not even write her own lyrics? She showed us a recording of her process, and basically what she does is this is what I feel, so I'm going to say allegedly, but from what she showed us, basically she's showing us that okay, she says it's just like having a conversation. This is what I would say to this person. And then she gives it to her writers. And what do? They put it in a song for her. And then she says, well, I wrote my own music. You didn't write your own music. Basically, this is how I want to diss them. Oh, your baby daddy left you. Oh, that's why you're ugly. That's why you can't dress. Head ass girl. Oh, you are Brenda's baby head ass girl. Oh, you, and then Party gets that, what you said on the tape, just throwing your thoughts out there, and he makes it comprehensible, right? He makes it to where people can understand and he puts it together for you. On her album Magnet, on that song where she's dissing JT, there's like 10, 15 writers on that one song. First of all, hip hop, if you're a rapper, you're supposed to write your own raps. So that's another thing. And she says, well, I'm not trying to rap. I'm trying to make hits. Okay. And I wrote my own song. How can you say you wrote your own song when there's clearly five other writers on your song? You didn't write that. You told them, this is what I want to say. This is how I want it to sound. Make sure you throw this line in there. And they tidied it all up and they cleaned it all up for you. Absolutely. If it was a regular girl in the hood, she would be torched. Absolutely. They wouldn't get enough of clowning her. We've seen it. And they said, oh, well, she's moved on with her life. Oh, well, she's did this. Oh, well, she's did that. Not only that, though, remember when it was Sierra with Future, when she was pregnant and Future had all those baby mamas? They clowned Sierra so bad. So bad. Thank goodness Russell came in and saved her. Thank goodness, because they were clowning Sierra so bad when she had baby Future by Future. They clowned her so bad. They did not let up on her. Hey, Colleen. Yes, it is dark. It is dark. How are you today? Kudos for Colleen for recognizing that it is dark. Um, but yes, I just feel like if we're going to if we're going to hold somebody's feet to the fire, let's hold both Cardi and Nicki to the same standards. Let's condemn them both. Cardi, you're wrong. Nicki, you are wrong. Both of them are wrong. But Nicki did apologize. Nicki did apologize because she knows she was wrong for what she said about Cardi's child. She knows she was wrong. But what did Cardi do? She kept going on and on. Nicki has finally been quiet. Cardi says she's not done. She's going to chill for now, but she's not done. So we can expect it to be even more tweets. Right, goddess of mine. They both need to be condemned, and their followers, if they care about them, because at some point, how bad is it going to get? It's like it can't get any worse than it has already got. But at some point, how bad does it have to get before the powers that be? And when I say that, I mean the suits, the ones in charge of the budgets, the one who distributes their music. Because Kanye wasn't allowed to say all this stuff. When he started talking about Jewish people, they took everything from Kanye. They took everything from Kanye. They took his deal with Adidas, gone. They won't even let him perform in stadiums. They took everything from Kanye. Everything. And what was so cold about that is, Kanye has an issue. You know that Kanye is bipolar. He's been hospitalized. He's had to stop tours. We know that Kanye is bipolar. And nobody helped him. No one stepped in and said, you know what? This man is sick. Let's get him help. His behavior is out of control. The things he's saying is out of control. Let's get him some help. Nobody said that for Kanye. They just stripped him of everything because they didn't like his language. They didn't like what he was saying. And it was clear that he was having a manic psychotic episode. It was very clear. Hi, funny philosopher. How are you? Thanks for tuning in. Can I get everybody to hit the button for me? Thank you so much for hitting the like button. It doesn't cost you anything. Just hit the like button. Thank you. I appreciate that. Um, Kanye again. Kanye says slavery was a choice. Magic winks because Kanye was having a psychotic episode. Behind the scenes, Kanye gets really dark and scary. We just start learning a lot of the things that he was doing, a lot of the inappropriate behaviors that he was showing. Kanye refuses to take his medication, and that's why Kim finally divorced him because it got too toxic and she couldn't handle it anymore. But she tried to handle it for as long as she could. And I give her kudos for that. But Kanye is a very sick man. when his mother was alive, his mother did a lot to mitigate his circumstances. She made sure he got to his doctors. She made sure he got his medicine. But at some point, she probably wouldn't have been able to control him either, because Kanye has so much money and so much fame, and that's what's working against him. If Kanye wasn't famous, if Kanye didn't have the money that he had, he probably would be somewhere walking up and down Skid Row, talking to himself, real talk, for real, for real. Now you get Nashawn, now you get reported, and you get blocked. Go make you another page somewhere else. Absolutely. Bye bye, Nashawn. You will never be welcome back on this channel. Go make you another page. People are so disgusting. So disgusting. But yes, I wouldn't even, I was going to go through some of the tweets, but no need, no need, no need. Um, so, if you guys want to check out their tweets, you can go to Armand Wiggins on X. He made sure that he screenshotted every tweet and put it in chronological order as Nicki Minaj and Cardi B was tweeting, because they were doing a lot of posting and deleting. So he has everything available on his X account, and all you have to do is put Armand Wiggins, and it'll load up for you there. Right now, I just did I just posted today. I posted a video, Funky Dineva condemns Peach McIntyre. You guys make sure to check that out. It's doing very well, already at 1.5K views in a couple of hours. Lots of subscribers. Guys, check that out for your girl. Check out all my content if you haven't been able to do so. When you get a chance, of course. Very entertaining, very funny, very everything. Very much giving everything right now. I try. But I'm going to let you guys go. I just wanted to talk about that for a little bit. I'm about to be up out of here. Thank you guys for tuning in. For those of you catching it on a replay, send me a comment. Let me know that you stopped by. Say hello. I'll comment back as I always do. You guys have a great rest of your weekend. I have more content coming. If I go live again, it will probably be tomorrow night for like a Sunday wind down, just like a prep for the next week. That's how I like to do my Sundays. I try to stay out of the drama, or I try to stay out of the messy content on Sunday. I try to get ready for the week on Sunday. So let's do that. And let's enjoy the rest of our weekend. Have a great day, everybody. God bless and much love.